Hello, race fans. Welcome to Homestead. You may be going, holy cow, your pit box is right at the front. That's only because it's warm up. I think we qualified somewhere right in the middle. I think there's 30 drivers, and I think we're 15th. This is the hardest series we run, without doubt. This is the best teams in an open setup format. So we're going against all the best guys with all the best setups, and I'm just a lone dude who has a couple of old setups that I try and scrape by on because that's how it is. AJ was our teammate last season. He has moved on, got picked up by one of the big teams because he's a good setup developer and a good guy. So that leaves us on our own again. Hopefully we don't regress too much. Last season we were, able to battle for, consistently in the low teens, I think, which was nice. If we fall back to, battling for 25th, 26th, like before, it'll be a hard pill to swallow, but that is where we were when I was back in the previous years when I was left to my own devices to tweak setups and try and compete with these guys. It's a hard series. These guys are all top-notch racers in this car.
Hey, real quick, just want to say thanks, everybody. Season 11, year 10 of this league. Thank you for your support, and let's have some fun, take care of each other. Also a reminder that you'll get 1 minute to grid here because we have the warm-up in there.
Thanks for trusting me to race in your league, Joe.
Other than the fact that it's like 3 a.m. for Julian. Okay, like 1 a.m. All right. I guess we're gridding. So we had a good qual pace. We don't have good race pace compared to the other guys. It is hard to pass here, but we'll probably fall back. Like, that's just the way it is. I tried to make some tweaks to the setup to try and give myself some better speed, but this is traditionally not a track I'm good at. If it's a fuel save race, usually a good result for me because I can fuel sip. But if it's just flat out Homestead have to go, it is not me at my
Quick
finest.
reminder to keep comms clean during the race. So we know incidents happen. We don't want to hear about it. So just keep comms clean. Keep it off the track. Thank you. Let's have a good race.
All right, so we got our pit stop set up. Double check that everything's good. Lights are on. So we're not in comms tonight with Chris Stouffer. Normally he is a 40 racer with us, but in this league he is with Intense. Which would be David Adams right there. the draft is helping us keep up a lot better than I thought, so this is good. It's a good sign. Now if I could just not burn off my tires, which is my Achilles heel at Homestead. Almost. Oh, and I forgot to change my weight checker setting. Ooh, this could be bad. Need to fix that under a caution. Oh, that was bad. Need to get into my rhythm, or any rhythm. Oh, I'm turning in so late for that corner, man.
Real brilliant move, dude. Was last place that important to you?
Too early for that. Surprised no one stayed out just to try and lead a lap. Terrible pit stop. All right. Need to fix my weight jacker. Million things up on your screen. There we go. Set up the next pit stop in case it's a green flag pit stop. First gear, map 1. Hey Daniel, thanks. Yeah, we were doing better than I thought we were going to do based on how speeds I was seeing other people do during practice, but we haven't had a long run yet, and I know that I am bad at tire fall off. Got me this time. This track isn't as bad as Gateway for, like, you know, because Gateway's got such a narrow 1-2 that it's really easy for the person exiting 2 on the inside to slide up and kill you. You're a lot safer at this track, which does mean, yeah, everyone can get a lot closer. He's got me this time. There we go. Why? He was willing to wreck, to kill himself to get by me right there. I saw him Brazilian sliding up, and if I had not lifted off the throttle, we would have both been dead. On lap 31. Alright, so now we've hit my fall off point, obviously. And I've been driving too hard trying to keep up with these guys. I think I like Gateway better because of that narrower turn 1-2. But it's admittedly also because I'm just not that great at this track. That was close. So Julian is in the Netherlands. Got to be aware of netcode with him. Right. Negative weight jacker on exit, Craig. That was the whole reason you fixed your weight jacker during the caution. Terrible entry, Craig. And we slow the whole straight. Julian's burning up his tires trying to get by me. At least I hope that's what he's... Alright, here comes Tim. I am the bottleneck right now. I have burned up my tires. Julian just slid right there. So his tires are hot. So Tim sitting back is now got the better tires. And that's where the strategy at this track comes into play a lot, is like sitting back early might be the better strategy if it gives you like half a second a lap faster tires than everyone else who's burned up their stuff in the first 10 laps. See, I could say what I should do. At this track, this is not one of those tracks where I could put what I say into action. Unless it's, I need to fuel save. I could always do that. But we are not fuel saving right now. You see, I'll have nothing for Tim here. Yeah, he just goes around me on the bottom, completely clears me. I thought Julian was going for a out. Oh. Good Lord. Less talky, more drivey. I mean, it was on. If you could monstrously fuel save, it was possible from that restart. You would have needed to be at the back. You'll end up at least a lap down during the second pit cycle. It's too early in the race for that. man, you do have to trust that there's grip on that top line up on that corner. I think that was what Rick was berating me about the last time we were here a couple weeks ago. Is just I'm not confident enough to like I should be higher up running this top line, and I just don't have the confidence to do it. Too many times I hit and bump along that outside wall. Gas earlier than me that time. That was a little slow getting back on the power there. He'll have a run.
Putting out.
In we go. That was horrifying. I do not like pitting early at this track. If, like, your race is over if you get caught.
pitting. '34 spitting.
All right, so I wasn't suffering from tire wear, I was suffering from tire heat. So you can see if it stays green during the pit cycle, how much the undercut is worth. Like I got ahead of Joe, who at that point was what, like 4 seconds up the road? So we're going to try running low this whole stint. At this point, I'm not even paying attention to where are the leaders. About a third of a lap behind us, so we'll get past this stint. We'll get lapped as this stint. That was always going to be the way, as I said. I mean, we're against the top teams in an open setup race. Those guys are fast. Already fast drivers with an even faster setup. It's a combination that humbles you. It's just usually the low line will be responsible for more tire wear. But since my tire wear that last stint was fine, we're going to do it. And I mean, at most tracks, I prefer the low line anyway. Not just because it also uses less fuel, and I traditionally like to save fuel any way I can. Shorter distance, less fuel.
Fucking moron.
Alex is not happy.
Sorry, man. You had that one. You were the only one who was good on fuel.
All right, so that's what Jacob said. Like the guys up there were also, some of the guys were fuel saving. They'd had gone far enough on the fuel save that they were going to make it on a fuel save race.
Can I have a stupid black flag cleared where I let the 34 car go, and I did. He was ahead of me when I entered pits, but I got it past him under yellow? Or is that just not possible?
Oh, almost.
We can go ahead and waive it. We'll review it after the race. If it's determined that it should be warranted, then it'll be a 2-lap penalty added. Up to you.
I just know that whenever I looked at my relative before I entered the pit lane, the 34 car was ahead of me.
If you're saying you passed them on the access road when it's very close, then that's timing and scoring. So that should be a legitimate penalty.
I'm actually going to bet. Oh yeah, so Daniel, this is an open setup. That is why all the top teams are here. Other than Lionheart, I don't think the top teams come to any of these league races unless it's an open setup. Because they want to show off like what they're good at, which is developing setups for top drivers. And you've got Tranos here, doing his own setup for is it VRS, and then you've got Luis Nunez, who does Majors Garage, and then you've got IAR, Power Slide, and we're just sort of happy to be here. It's good as a driver for this type of stuff. Even you're at the back or whatever, it doesn't matter. Like just getting to see how fast the truly fast guys are, and what is possible. Like you're like, oh, I've got this setup. It's great, and you get out here and you're 0.5 a lap slower on a 25-second lap, and it's just like, whoa.
Hey Ham, slightly damaged, so you might be able to pass me without too much of a hassle.
Almost, Craig. Pay attention. Don't mind me, Andrew. These jump start. Oh, come on now. They touch. Can't let Andrew get under me. Set to a higher number. He was able to get his nose under. Too low. Bobbled my entry. They're going in too early. They're turning in too early. Luckily, Andrew wasn't close enough to take advantage of it. High line, low line, I'm just not good at saving my tires. set up my next pit stop. Fuel, tires, yes, yes. Too much fuel, but we can deal with that when we get to the pit lane. I just realized I'm going to forget when I get to pit lane, so let's do it now. There. That's how much I need to get to the end. So now the big gamble we have to make is, do we want to go in 2 laps early to try and undercut on the final stint? The caution comes out, our race is over. It stays green, we'll gain 2 positions. That sounds to me like I'm being greedy. As I said, I was already hoping just to have a top 20. So let's not be greedy. Because 12th, 10th, or 25th is a big change. Julian's doing good. He started 22nd. Problem is, with these guys side by side, they're slowing each other down, but they're also slowing me down. And you can see Carol's catching us, Joe's catching us. Well, that's not good. Oh my god, I have no tires. Just like last time. We get down to the final 10 liters and I just have no tires. Lap car, fresh tires, putting himself in the way.
Hitting him.
Pitting in, pitting in, pitting in. Hugo, I'm pitting in. Pitting in. 42, pitting in.
Another terrible pit stop. It's fast in the box. I was just slow to get into the box.
Pitting.
Pitting this lap to go. I'm pitting.
Great.
So way better tire wear this time. Same temperatures. So I didn't solve my problem. Didn't solve the problem, but I was faster that stint. So the bottom is the solution for me. We just have to accept that when I get to light fuel, the higher tire temperatures are too much for the amount of downforce I'm carrying. So everyone made a good stop that time. That's another thing you need to get used to when you're into the higher level leagues is there are less and less pit mistakes made. So you can't always count on someone speeding into pit lane or looping it or that type of stuff at this level. Undercut, overcut, sure, but actual mistakes in pit lane, they're few and far between. Is Hamilton a lap down? Andrew Wood is out. So that's someone we had been fighting that we aren't. I'm not. So I've taken it all back. Apparently, you can make pit mistakes. It's just we're still in 13th because we, at the end of our stint, we're so slow. We gave up all those positions. It'll probably happen again. I'll be battling Carroll the last 10 laps or so to try and maintain 13th, I assume. The goal is not to fall back to Taylor, those guys in 15th. Not to make Carroll's life miserable. No love from Joe. But then that is the name of the game, is it not? You're friends in one league, or you're not friends? Are your acquaintances? Acquaintances, that's it. Even Carroll's more comfortable running the top than I am. You can see he can run a higher Lionel on the top than I do. You must know, this is like the third time now he's come up behind me and then not been able to pass me until we get close to the pit window. So he must know at this point that I'm garbage in the last 10 laps of a run. that's why Chris Cajo was aggressive as a lap down car. It's because he pitted early. He's a lead lap car. That makes much more sense. But he's on lap 37. He can't make it to the end. That's another position. Sweet. That was it. We're in 12th now. That was terrible. I tried low and completely lost it. I got nothing. All right, look back. So, we said we did not want to fall back to those guys. Now we are 100%. That's my focus now. My tires are gone. Again, running at the end of this stint. What? What are these guys doing? How did you not? Wow. I will take that. Absolutely. AJ podium, nice.
Good win, Trina.
Yep. That was a lot of fun.
Thank you.
A top 15 in this series every time. I'll take that every time. Uh-huh. Yeah, so all temperatures. That's what that tells me. All right. As I said, I will take a 13th. Absolutely, every time. I was going to be happy with a 20th, so. And it's what I thought was going to happen once the green flag fell. I knew I had a fast. I am so. And that was it. You could see that. I lost Daniel, Rashad, just Daniel and Rashad. Luckily, we had enough of a gap back to Matt. But it was just a matter of time. We knew my tires were going to fall off. What lap was that going to happen? Rashad's like, did you really have to run the top? It's like, yep. Okay. All right. It's on crashes. And again, as another thing is like Homestead is not a track I'm good at. Like, make it a fuel safe race where someone's got to go 5 or 6 extra laps. I will be one of the guys who can make it, because that doesn't require pace. But this one at a, go as fast as you can, but extend your stint as long as possible meant that you needed to run your fuel rate out. I think the only comment I'd make to Mike is that you can see the car below. Like, in the end, it's the outside car's fault. He came up into the racing deal type thing. But he could see the inside car coming up, and there's a whole lane above him. There's enough time to start tracking out, because you know that the car below you can't see you. He just knows you're to the outside. Obviously, as he's coming up, you realize he thinks I'm at the wall. So you need to put yourself at the wall. You're gonna, the goal of going down the straight is to track out to the wall anyway. So track out to the wall. Would have helped. Basically, it was just all in the end. It would have meant they both would have survived. Just sucks. Because we only had the... Whoa, oh, no. It fixed itself. Well, I mean, he's still missing his lower wing, so... you can see just no... If he'd lost the inside wing, you could probably eke it out to the end of a stint. But losing the outside wing... That's your downforce on that outside wheel, which is the wheel you need to make an oval to do an oval. You still wouldn't be happy with only having the outside side wing, but you could probably eke it out. We're just gonna see. Oh yeah, when did Alex die? Alex died. Oh! That is just unfortunate. So Alexander got up into started tracking out, couldn't collect it, hit the wall, which immediately scrubbed his speed off. And Alex couldn't cut, because Alex was already committed to running that outside lane, which you're basically in a grip strip. And yeah, you're stuck there, basically. There's no other way to say it. You're stuck there. Honestly, Alex had no way of guessing, but if he had stayed shooting for that outside gap, instead he started to try to come down to get below him. But as I said, the grip strip you're committed to it. But if he had known how quickly Alex was going to come off the wall, he could have shot the outside. But what had happened if Alex had stuck to the wall, like would usually happen? Well, you just pile drive into the back of him. So it was the right decision based on the percentages. Because usually when someone gets into the wall there, they stay stuck in the wall for a while. Instead, Alex just immediately kicked off of it. Just the two, just no one else come in. Just the two. Oh, just a 0x like Rashad and I had. No harm, no foul to either driver. Did I not notice? When did that happen? Where am I? Please tell me I wasn't in the pits. No, I just flat out didn't notice that we'd lost Andrew. What happened to Shane? 3 laps down. Really? Shane is another fast driver. Well, everyone in this entire series is a fast driver. It's the whole point of this series. Oof. That was it? Oh yeah. Nothing. We're still seeing nothing. We're just seeing a whole lot of nothing. Dave had to pick. Well, no, that was nothing. So yeah, I can't believe some of these guys didn't realize it was possible to make it to the end and pitted early. Like, I know pitting early is a good decision, but you need to still, you can't pit so early that you can't make it to the end anymore. Because everyone who just ran their tanks out, we're going to make it to the end. So then it was a gamble of like, how many laps earlier could you make it? I knew I could go 4 laps early for me. So anyone that went earlier than that just needed to do more, and that was with no fuel saving. I wasn't even paying attention to the fuel. Maybe they trusted auto fuel? I don't know. Treno wins. That's not a shock to anyone who watches IndyCar racing on iRacing. All right, as I said, so Treno first, Jesper second, Musselman third in his debut with his new team. So good on him. And we got 13th. I will take that. I'm happy as can be. I will run away from Homestead with a 13th any day of the week. All right, I'm going to go have supper. I hope you enjoyed. Enjoy what remains of your weekend, and